with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be on Sagittarius rising and the Sagittarius ascendant. So if you'd like to hear more, please keep watching. Please also like this video, comment your feedback below, subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to book a reading with me, my link is in the description box. So for Sagittarius rising, these people are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is their ruling planet. So these people definitely really had a level of abundance in their life as a child, growing up, potentially from birth. Maybe they had, wealthy parents, or they were born into a wealthy family. There was definitely a lot of joy around the time of birth. Maybe there was a build up to this birth for the mother or the father where they were just so excited about this, maybe different than they were for other children that they've had, or maybe this is their only child. There could just be a level of optimism with this person. Their parents may have even been a bit religious, or may have instilled that following the rules and moral guidelines is very important. The ascendant also shows how these people can come off to the public. So these people definitely come off as being more like flashy, want to show off, they like attention, they like to be noticed and seen, and they just like to have, fun and have a great time. They can even be seen as people who maybe speak not at the right time all of the time, or who are attention seekers, or they want to just be out and about all of the time, just because they have kind of a fear of missing out. Sagittarius is really known for like that FOMO energy. Now, the second house is their money, finances, their home life. This can also show early childhood as well. This can show their parents may have been very strict, may have wanted to instill responsibilities in them. It can show that these people may have a potential to have a lot of wealth in their life, just depending on where that Saturn is placed for them. If it is in a good placement, or if it's more malefic in the chart, you will know more about their financial situation. So you want to just kind of look into the chart to find that story. It can either be a positive or a negative thing with the finances, but it will all come around to where their Saturn is placed. But these people definitely have a high work ethic, especially when it comes to earning a living. They may want to have their own business. They may want to be their own boss. They're very entrepreneurial and ambitious in that way. Now, the third house is Aquarius. So these people have a very unique learning style. They may have, grown up and not really picked up onto the same things as other people, but they were really brilliant in, different areas, or once they found the way that they learn, easily, then they can pick up to something if it's interesting to them, and sparks that within them. This can also show that they may have unique siblings, unique relationships with their siblings. It can show that they may have even strained relationships with their siblings, because Aquarius is not super emotional. So it can show that they may have this, they may have a lot of siblings, or they may just have a few, but within that, the relationships are a little bit complex. Now, your fourth house is Pisces, and Pisces shows, no boundaries. It has no boundaries. And the fourth house is your house of home, your family, your lineage, and your IC is there as well. So this can have to do with the mother and the father. You may have a parental figure in your life that was very emotional and very spiritual even. There could have even been a loss in that way, because sometimes Pisces can refer to someone losing things, or loss, or someone kind of vanishing in a way. So maybe one of the parents wasn't there. Maybe they were, involved in some type of a drug scandal, or going to prison. Maybe they were addicted to alcohol. Maybe they had to give their life for some reason. Pisces has a lot to do with the theme and the story of Jesus. So if you have any idea of what that story is like, it's, somebody like being a martyr and giving up something for the family. So there could have been a level of that going on here. Or even just like a sickness that maybe one of the parents had. Now, the fifth house is Aries, and you want to see where their Mars is placed. If they have a well-placed Mars, this will color this area differently. If their Mars is not well-placed, then it can show more difficult things happening. But the fifth house is your children, your hobbies, your fun, romance, sex, and things like that. So Aries in this house can show that they have a very sexy way about them. Maybe they really enjoy and have a lot of fun when they are in those intimate relationships with people. you know, they have a high level of passion when it comes to that. These people also maybe will have some difficulty with pregnancy or with children in their life. Not to say that they wouldn't, you know, get pregnant or that would be any type of an issue, but maybe while pregnant there can be some, you know, flare-ups that come for them, or just stress things that they have to deal with. Maybe even dealing with their children. They can have really strong-willed children who are aggressive, and, you know, kind of cause some friction in their life in that way. Now, the 6th house is Taurus, and the 6th house is our, you know, our daily habits, our daily routine. And having Taurus there shows that these people have a really great way of incorporating peace, harmony, love, you know, and enjoying the simple pleasures of life into their daily life. So anything having to do with work, maybe exercise, you know, dealing with people, even dealing with your children from the 5th house coming into the 6th house. There's a way that these people kind of learn how to, you know, just make things in their life more peaceful and calm. They can also be a little bit stubborn with their daily routine. Taurus is a stubborn sign, so these people can have a strict way about how they go about their daily life. You know, maybe they have a really intense schedule that they have to follow and they don't waver from that. They don't like to reschedule things. They don't like when things don't go as planned. They don't like, you know, when others are not being responsible and following up for maybe appointments or something that they had with them. Now, the 7th house is Gemini for these people, and definitely shows that these people are attracted to, in a marriage partner, someone who is witty, who is smart, who's curious, who speaks their mind, you know, who they can have really great conversation with. Gemini shows someone who is fun and exciting and who has a lot of interesting things to talk about. You know, it's never boring. They would not do well with someone who is boring, calm, like reserved, emotional. They want someone who is more fast-paced, more like get to it, and who can kind of keep them on their toes. This also shows in their business partnerships. They also want to work with people who are smart, entrepreneurial, who are, you know, quick thinkers, and that can kind of get the job done for them. If they are working together or if they're working for someone, they want to work in like a fast-paced environment and have team members on their team who are quick-witted and, you know, bright. Now, the 8th house is Cancer. 8th house can have to do with our taxes, our debts owed to people. It can have to do with even somewhat sex. I put sex in the 5th house and the 8th house, but this is more so like after marriage. So you'll see that these people, once they do get into marriages, they like a more emotional relationship with someone, like a sexual relationship, and a more like emotional connection. It needs to be there. These people also show that they have kind of a debt to their family or to something to do with family. You know, Cancer is about nurturing and the mother, and so sometimes these people will really take that role of being a mother very seriously, and taking care of their family, even giving up things for their family can kind of be seen here. Now, the 9th house is Leo. So Leo shows that these people love to travel. You know, they have a lot of their most fun, joyous times when they are traveling to foreign places, seeing new things, learning about new cultures. These people definitely find a lot of happiness through that. They may really find laughter, meet a lot of friends through that, and find a way that they're able to shine publicly when they do that, you know, getting out of their shell and getting out of their comfort zone and exploring these things more. They can even become more creative through higher education. So if they are they probably really enjoy like learning and extensive learning. Like they may enjoy studying. It may make them feel really, you know, just good inside, make them feel really positive and ambitious. And so they can be people who continue, you know, studying late into their life. Now, your 10th house is Virgo for these people. So Virgo in the 10th house, you know, that's interesting because you really want to see what else is going on there with the midheaven and where their Mercury is to hear more about their career. But these people are very particular within their career. They are people who take career very serious. They are meticulous about things. They're critical of themselves. They're very critical of what people think about them and about the work that they provide and, you know, kind of their legacy. They want to be seen in a very particular light. So they don't really show like emotions to everybody publicly, and they can be a little bit more, keep that to themselves and kind of keep that enclosed. And people around them might also think that they're like harsh, unemotional, or that they are very, very critical of others and themselves within the space of career. Now the 11th house is Libra, so these people are definitely social butterflies more often than not. Libra is a sign of, you know, socializing. It has to do with communication since it's an air sign, and it really enjoys the beautiful pleasures of life since it's ruled by Venus. So having that in the 11th house, these people will really flourish when they are able to work into like in groups, or working to help other groups to make them more beautiful, make things more peaceful. Peace and harmony are something that is very important to these people, and especially within their friendships. So they wouldn't want to have friends around them who stir up drama, who talk about them, who are gossipy, even though they might be gossipy, since Libra does tend to, you know, gossip sometimes. They may be gossipy about their friends, but they really hold people to like a standard of loyalty, and to, you know, they want them to come to them first to make peace and to make things right. And this just definitely shows that they are probably more of a social butterfly. Maybe they have good luck and good benefits coming to them when they work for community organizations, nonprofit organizations, and just help their community as a whole. Now these people have Scorpio on the 12th house, so this can show that there is definitely some darker things that are hidden within them, maybe within their subconscious, or in their past lives, with family members that they have in their life. There can be some pain that they have to deal with unconsciously that they don't really show on the outside as much as some other signs might that are more emotional. These people definitely have a deep, you know, unconscious thing about them that they really like to explore, maybe the more esoteric things in life, but they're not very comfortable like sharing that publicly. You know, they would keep that to themselves if they wanted to study something like that, or learn about it, or even go and see like a psychic or something. But they can definitely have a lot of really emotional experiences through that. Like if they speak to someone who has passed away and go to some type of a mediator to encourage that, this is where that would show up through that 12th house. They can also be very passionate about people who are imprisoned and locked up, in the, you know, incarcerated, because 12th house has to do with that too. And Scorpio there shows that there may be a level of just wanting to learn more about that, wanting to fight for it, and wanting to, you know, it being somewhere causing some type of a pain for them in some kind of a way that they have to try to transform within society, maybe, and maybe even within themselves. Like they have this duty to take care of that, or to take care of something unconsciously that they deal with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Sagittarius rising reading, and if you have any questions, again, leave them below. Subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to book a reading with me, my link is in the description box. Have a good day. Bye.